Hello, my beloved tribe. This is Emily Potter. I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. I have a lot of energy inside of me right now that I want to offer. Well, here's the question. If you had infinite amounts of money to quit your day job, would you do it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's ask this question. Really ask it. Infinite amounts of money. Would you quit your day job and be a full-time musician? Would you do it? Okay, well, I'm going to be one more voice for your life today because I'm probably like the 10th one already that you've heard today because you're probably listening to audios, you're probably going to workshops and retreats, and you're doing your mantras, you're doing your meditations, and you're doing things like this. I am infinite. I am limitless. I am source energy. I am abundance. You probably have already done that all morning long, already thinking those things. And I am one more voice. And just in case I'm the only voice, you're probably going to be having that coming up many, many more times this week. That message of infinite, infinite, infinite possibilities and limits, infinite limit, what am I trying to say? Infinite limitlessness is what I'm trying to say. So this is not something that's just completely brand new today. First time. If you had infinite amounts of money, would you actually take all of that power of your infinite limitlessness and possibilities and focus it into your soul's purpose in being a musician and showing up in a way that you're able to let go of all other possibilities like your day job because it's taking so much time and effort for you to be at that day job. So why would you do it if you had infinite amounts of money? Okay, let's actually go through why you get stuck right about here. Allow me to have a little fun with this because this certainly was my story for a while. So if this is your story, I'm going to now show you what was happening inside of my brain, and perhaps this is something that you have experienced as well. Here we go. We're going to start with this. So you have infinite amounts of money and abundance. So why aren't you quitting your day job? Well, I don't know. I don't know how I would pay my bills. Well, and then the universe can ask you, well, why would you ask that when I just told you you had infinite amounts of money and abundance? Well, I don't know. I mean, I have so many bills right now, and I can't see the infinite amounts of money right now. So I see the bills, but I don't see the infinite amounts of money. So like, I don't know how I'd make it work. So then the universe could ask you, well, that's irrelevant. I've just told you that you have infinite amounts. So like, why wouldn't you just know that it would work? Why don't you just know that? I don't know. I mean, maybe what if I'm not good enough as a musician? What if I'm not good enough to really make it work and like being able to really pay my bills and get out there? And then the universe can ask you, if this is sounding familiar, just let me know. Why would you think you're not good enough when this is what the impulse is for you? This is where you're being led. This is where the arrow is taking you. This is where the journey is asking you to go. Why wouldn't you think you're good enough when you actually are being called into this? Well, then you can answer, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm not good enough. And what if people don't think that? And what if I don't know that I'm good enough? And what if I just then can't make it work? All right. So then the universe is like, okay, I guess we'll stop with that. You're afraid and you have the resistances to this infinite amount of abundance and fulfillment. Okay, I guess we'll try this again. So then you just start the whole cycle over again. Next morning, I am infinite, I am abundance, I am source energy, walking the planet as a human, I am limitless, I am all possibilities. And then the universe is like, hooray! Let's do this thing then. Well, what if I'm not good enough? Well, what if I can't pay my bills? And the cycle continues on and on and on and on. Repeated, repeated, repeated. And I share with you with honor and compassion that the reason why I know this cycle so intimately is that it was mine for a very long time. And the struggle here is not just 1 or 2 days, it's that it goes on forever, that this same cycle is your cycle tomorrow and Friday and in 2 weeks and in 6 months and in 8 months. So then you and I are still having this conversation in a year and in 2 years. And there's certainly progress happening, because definitely you are still doing those spaces where you know that you're infinite intelligence and you're taking little steps, except that the fears of the big risks that are being asked of you deserves your big, huge change. And I want to ask you, first of all, this is the first part of the solution that I want to bring to this video. I want to really ask you, do you actually have a knowing that there is a way out of that cycle? Do you actually know that there is a way out? So let's start there. And I want you to really take a minute to ask yourself that, because it's worth this minute. Do you know that there's a way out of the cycle? That's a yes or no. So taking a breath. Yeah, I feel like many of you do know that there is a way. There is a way out. Now, the next step to ask yourself is, do you know how to get out of the cycle? Now, this one's a little bit more challenging, because perhaps you don't know anyone who's gotten out of the cycle. You don't see it modeled very much in mainstream culture. People don't get out of the cycle very often, and if they do, the repercussions are pretty serious. For a lot of people, they get out and they try, but then they have panic attacks and get scared and it doesn't work, and then it's crazy. And so it takes that one way out. Do you know what the way out is? And you might be waiting for me to tell you, but I want to ask you, do you actually know? And take a minute with this, because it doesn't actually matter what I say next, because I'm not you. I'm going to share with you my way, how I got out of the cycle. And that's been pure gold. But do you know for yourself how to get out of that cycle, so that your soul's purpose actually can be fulfilled in this lifetime, starting today? Today, I'm not being crazy. This is actually, the universe is living within you today. Why not begin today? What's the holdup? The universe is infinite. So I'm going to ask again, do you know the way out? Do you know how to get out of that cycle? Well, you're going to find out for yourself, but what I'm going to share is my way, how I got out. It took a decision. I talk about that a lot, and I will continue to do so, because that is the way that I got out of the cycle. And I'm going to say to you that yes, there is another way. There's the other side of the cycle. There's an out. There's actually an out. And I didn't know it until I actually have been living it. The out, the other way of living that's not this. It's something that no one had to teach me. I had to just make a decision. And after I got out of the cycle, I looked at all of my beautiful Lightworker brothers and sisters and saw that they were in this cycle, and I said, I want to assist people to get out on the other side. And so I am doing things like this. This is my excitement and joy. This is why I'm always doing these videos, because I want people to know, even if you never get out, I want you to know that there is a way out. So that first place, I want you to just really get clear. First of all, just own that you're in the cycle. Just own it. Own it. Take responsibility 100% that you are in a cycle if you continue to have any of those thoughts. That you're starting, I'm going to do it over again because it's worth it, especially if it gets painful for you to hear someone else saying what's in your brain. That could get painful, and that's a way that's very motivating to get out. You do your mantras, you do your yoga, you do your meditations. I am infinite. I am source energy, and I am limitless. I have all possibilities running through me. And then the universe is like, hooray, we're going to be playmates. We're going to do this thing. Let's make you the happiest you've ever been. Wait a second, I don't know how I pay my bills. And then it goes on and on and on and on. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know how I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to actually cycle that down or bring that down, ground that down into actual reality because my bills are right in front of me. Over and over and over and over and over. If you're tired of watching this video already, I'm just sitting here with you in it. I'm not going to give you any kind of, I'm just giving you my own experience. I want to sit here with you in that long enough so that it's too uncomfortable to want to stay. Because what's happening is that you are feeling suffocated by that cycle. And one of the hardest parts that's really very human of us is that we just adapt to the uncomfortability. You're just not uncomfortable enough to go because you just adapted. You adapted to where you're at right now. You're okay. You're all right. It's all right. You know, look. And the reason why you do that is because you have to keep living and surviving. I get it. So the first thing I want to make sure that to bring back is the question, do you know how to get out of the cycle? And I want to, once again, I'm repeating myself, but this is important. You may not have a lot of examples or models of people who have successfully gotten out. So have compassion for yourself, because in this world, we have our inner compass. We have our inner compass that we're listening to. But if you are stifling and suffocating your inner compass, then what you have is externally looking around at other people and getting motivation and inspiration from them of how to get out. But yours is stifled. You're stuck, but at least you have maybe other people, except for this one, we don't see a lot of examples, or at least I haven't when I was going through my overcoming the cycle. I wasn't seeing a lot of examples of people going and getting out of this. So I've been saying the same thing over and over again, and I will continue to do so. I want to invite you, if you are ready to get to the other side out of this exhaustive cycle by making a decision. That's what it takes. Reach out to me and I will get you to the other side. I'll get you the same results that I got myself. It's a really fulfilling place, and I'm excited for those who are ready to take that journey. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you so much for playing that with me. Whew, that's intense. It gets intense, and it's because I care. I really care. I really want to the big picture here. The big picture is that we have a whole worldwide network of Lightworker musicians free of the cycle, living their lives fully as the musicians they are, fully liberated, fully in alignment with Source, and fully being our contribution to the planet. That's the vision. And if you want to take part of that vision, reach out to me. We'll get you to the other side and we'll do the steps to get you there. Lots of love to you guys today. Bye-bye.